And we are getting set for our opening bout. First 10-round, scheduled 10-rounder for Juan Negron, an up-and-coming junior lightweight. Here are the introductions from ring announcer Ed Darian.
Live from the Big Apple, New York City's magnificent Paramount, here at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. As Madison Square Garden Boxing, Bob Goodman, Vice President of Boxing and Matchmaker, and Pat Fleming, Assistant Matchmaker, presents Fight Night, and is approved by the New York State Athletic Commission. The Honorable Randy Gordon, Chairman. The judges, Harold Letterman, Nick Cimino, and Steve Weisfeld. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round junior lightweight bout, referee Luis Rivera. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the gold trunks with the multicolored trim. He tipped in at an even 132 pounds. This young pugilist is undefeated in 8 pro bouts with 2 knockouts. From Atlantic City, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome aboard John, the Eastern Beast Brown. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighed in at an even 131 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 18 pro bouts with 12 knockouts. He is currently ranked number 5 by the WBA. From Newark, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, here is Juan El Flaco Negron.
21-year-old Juan Negron will be 22 at the end of November. Huge height difference between Negron, who stands around 6 feet, and John Brown, who goes around 5'2", 5'3".
Well, you know, normally the height would be an advantage, but let's see how Negron handles it. He's going to have to punch down at this guy, and he's got to watch out. If he stands too tall, he may get hit with a couple of good left hooks.
How hard is that, Gil, punching down?
It's very difficult, Sam, because when you punch down, you leave yourself vulnerable. I mean, we teach fighters, even a guy like Negron now, boxing John Brown, a much shorter guy, we still teach the fighter to punch up, jab up, I should say. If you jab down, the guy can counter with the right hand, so you have to bend your knees and jab up, which makes it a little difficult for El Flaco Negron.
John Brown is 24 years old. His last fight was January 19th, a long layoff caused by some managerial problems. He's currently being advised by Bill Johnson, does not have a manager at the present time. But unbeaten, all his 8 fights having been fought in New Jersey. He turned pro June 8th of 1989, so has not been really busy as a pro, with only 8 fights in a span of 3 years.
But Sam, in his last fight, he beat Freddie Liberatore. He was a pretty tough guy. So apparently he does have some ability. After all, undefeated, his last win against Freddie Liberatore. So Negron is going to be contested tonight.
Juan Negron has moved up rapidly in the rankings, now number 5 in the world in the junior lightweight division in the WBA rankings. Brown got in a good, quick left hand. Negron's last fight was an 8-rounder, won a unanimous decision over Bobby Brewer. That was July 24th at the Friar Tuck Inn in Catskill, New York, where we'll be next week.
And Sam, watching Negron, he's trying to show him a good left jab, and then he's going to try to hook underneath. That's the combination that he's trying to get off right now. Let's see if he's successful at it at all.
Negron told us earlier in the week that his brother had fought John Brown in the amateurs and handled him, and that he wasn't too concerned about Brown, but it seems to be having a little difficulty here, just figuring out the little guy.
Well, he's got that little short target in front of him. As long as Brown keeps those hands up, he doesn't allow much room for anybody to land any clean punches.
Brown working with the left hand inside, and that's what he likes. He needs to get inside. That's what he's been doing thus far.
He's been effective with that left hand inside, Sam.
Good left hook off the top of the head, landed by Negron. Late in round one.
Now 5 seconds.
Out for round two. The taller boxer is Juan Negron. Shorter man is John Brown. Both are undefeated, and Brown using that short left hand effectively on the inside. Looks like Negron is determined to throw a lot more punches in this round, Joe.
Well, sometimes when you do that, Sam, you can leave yourself wide open. What he's going to have to do is settle down, try to get that jab, and then feint and throw those combinations. Yeah, there he tried that left jab, and Brown ran right through it. There's Brown with a good chopping right hand.
And a left hook. Brown's doing some good things in there against the highly ranked Juan Negron.
What a left hand by Brown.
Negron in his fourth year as a pro, 18-0. That quick left hand by Brown is getting in.
I think Negron is going to have to really hit Brown and hurt him. He does have the punching power to do that. Because this kid looks quick.
Negron got caught by another left hook. Every time they're inside, Brown is getting the better of it right now.
And Negron is really posing. He's not throwing any punches, not moving his hands. Came out of the corner full of fire, but it didn't last very long. There's that right hand of Negron.
Big height differential here, with Negron standing around 6 feet and Brown about 5'2", 5'3". Rivera gets him apart.
When the referee breaks them, Negron is going to have to set very, very quickly because Brown hustles right back in before Negron gets set to punch. And that's his territory when he gets inside. He's just a little busier than Negron and scoring points.
Having difficulty finding the target here. Again, that left hook by Brown. And the left hook scores again by Brown, and he follows up, landing the right hand. Brown, not noted as a big puncher, has scored 2 TKO victories among his 8 wins. But he's landing effectively.
And they're clean punches, Sam. This is where Negron is practically hitting himself. He's walking into the punches.
Get on board the train to Six Flags. I'm Red Steagall. On September 19th and 20th and 26th and 27th, we're turning Six Flags into an old-time crafts village. Over 200 of my friends will be demonstrating pioneer skills and creating one-of-a-kind gifts. We'll have down-home entertainment for the whole family. Stop by Food Line and pick up a coupon. You'll get $10 off. It'll be a shopping adventure you'll never forget. It only happens 2 weekends and only at Six Flags over Texas. Don't miss it.
Sidekick starting under $12,000. See Jim Alley, Don Davis, Hillard Manuel, or David McDavid Suzuki today.
Now let's watch this Brown inside. There he weaves, comes up with a clean left hook right on the chin, and they hurt, Sam. You don't have to be much of a puncher when you land clean.
Pretty impressive performance thus far for John Brown. And if Negron was taking him lightly, it's time for Negron to wake up.
Well, I'm sure they'll awaken Negron's corner. Johnny Pearso, my ex-fighter, certainly must have been on his case after that second round.
punches missing, but a couple of the body shots with the right hand got in.
Brown is just a little quicker, getting off first. He's out hustling Negron right now.
He keeps adjusting his trunks.
Better watch Brown, never mind the trunks.
All right, let it go.
You can see Brown gets, as soon as the referee breaks him, he's right back on Negron's case. And Negron's going to have to set quickly when he steps out of that clinch, instead of fooling around with the trunks as he did then.
And by moving in so quickly, he's really negating the jab that Negron has and that reach advantage.
And that's his battle plan, and he's sticking to it, and so far it's been very, very effective. Again, Negron is going to have to land that big right hand, because otherwise I think he's going to be out-hustled in this fight.
And he's trying. Brown been able to maneuver his way out of trouble. And he's been able to make Negron miss. Combination by Negron.
Those were his best two punches of the fight, Sam. Two good, solid body punches.
And if anything is going to slow Brown down, it'll be the body shots.
Okay, no wrestling, no wrestling, no wrestling.
Brown working well inside. And again, Brown effective inside, lands a left hook. Negron staying on the ropes. Almost as if he was stuck there. End of round 3. Out for round 4, scheduled for 10. Juan Negron in the black trunks, in the gold and checkered trunks, John Brown. How'd you score the first 3 rounds, Gil?
First round even, second 2 rounds to Brown. But I just detected that Negron was starting to land some solid punches finally at the end of the 4th round.
Good left hook got in by Brown. The right hand sends Negron down. A fine combination by Brown. Negron sent down with a big right. The count is 8. Negron collected himself well, and now he will have to really come back.
Well, Sam, we mentioned that Brown is no puncher. 8-0, 2 KOs, no knockouts. But those clean punches, they're getting through.
Brown pressing the advantage here. Negron trying to collect himself.
Look how cool Brown is inside. Just moves those hands like 2 little pistons, scoring all the points.
The right hands have gotten in.
Again, the only way Negron is going to get in this fight is if he lands a big punch, because this kid is just a little too quick and out hustles him.
Negron on very shaky legs here. And Brown trying to land the big punch again.
Negron just looks like he's not in this fight.
Not at all.
I mean, no fire. He's not really snapping his punches.
Right hand scores for Brown. Negron trying to weather this storm. Not throwing many punches. Negron got it in the right hand.
But Sam, it just looks like he's not really putting any leverage on his punches.
Brown staying busy, hasn't landed anything big. Negron lands a couple of left hands as he tries to come back. Now Negron throwing a few more. Trying to get off the ropes, but Brown won't let him. Rivera steps in. Now Negron seems to have collected himself.
But again, Brown gets inside, lands that big left hook. He doesn't waste any time. He doesn't stand around trying to figure out Negron. He's right on top of him.
Brown took a big deep breath. He's thrown a lot of punches in this round. And you have to wonder if maybe he's expended a lot of energy, if not too much. Brown just missed with that leaping left hook.
Just a glancing blow, Sam. If that landed, it would have been down again.
Negron has started to land a few more punches in the last minute or so as he's collected himself after the knockdown.
Let it go, let it go. No wrestling. No wrestling, okay?
Rivera admires admonishing Brown for holding as we come to the end of round 4. But John Brown, landing one punch after the bell, landed the big one early. Juan Negron back into his corner. Johnny Pearsall is there with him.
Come back with him.
Take this. Take that. I got it, John.
You're smothering yourself.
Give me this, John.
Put your hands together.
Let go.
Put your hands together. I want 2 hands together.
Here's the knockdown, Gil.
Straight right hand, Sam, on the button. Got him wobbled a little bit. That first one may have hurt him, Sam. And there it is. There's the big one. A little too quick. Well, Flacco Negron.
Right on the button.
Well, again, Negron was waiting. And meanwhile, this kid was just pegging. And one of them got through.
Still a long way to go. Negron and Brown, both undefeated. Negron with the high world ranking, number 5 in the junior lightweight division. What's the scorecard look like now for you, Gil?
Right now, I have Brown 4 points ahead. I gave him a 10-8 round in the last round. I'm winning the second, third, and the 2-point round in the fourth. First round, I scored even.
I've got a little closer because I gave Negron the 3rd round, a close round. But certainly a 2-point round for Brown in round 4 has helped him. Negron looks uncomfortable to me, Gil. He keeps on adjusting the trunks. He keeps on, just doesn't look to be confident.
I get the same impression, Sam. He looks like he's just not into the fight. He just doesn't seem to be there. This isn't the Negron that I've seen in the previous fights where it was really a bomber. When he hits these guys, something happens. This fight is being out-hustled.
Lunging with that right hand and missing.
Negron has forgotten all about body punching. Can't hit the guy on the chin, whack him in the body, throw that left hook underneath, then you can open up for that right hand.
Can he get to the body on this shorter
Yes,
fighter?
he can, Sam. Certainly can. Just bend that left knee and dig underneath. You know, the body doesn't move. The head moves. It's hard to hit. But you can move your head as much as you want. That body doesn't move at all. Unless you move it by moving your legs.
Okay, let go. Break.
Right hand by Brown got in.
Inside, Brown out-hustles him every time.
Now Negron trying to dig with those punches, and Brown answers back. Negron can't slip away.
Negron is doing everything but throw punches, Sam. He's showboating there on the ropes.
Brown now waiting for Negron to make the first move. Moves away from him. Now it's Brown tying up Negron and gets a warning from Louis Rivera once again as time winds down in round 5.
Great to have you along with us here this afternoon.
Six round.
Sam Rosen and Gil Clancy live at ringside here at the Paramount at Madison Square Garden. Glad you're with us for Fight Night. Juan Negron, 18-0 with 12 knockouts and ranked number 5 in the world in the junior lightweight division in the black trunks. And that high ranking and unbeaten record on the line here and in jeopardy as John Brown in the gold trunks, who is 8-0, has fought very well and on our scorecards has built up a sizable lead, including a big knockdown in the 4th round.
And Sam, 2 of our co-workers, congratulations are in order. Paul Sullivan and Marlene Niera announced their engagement. Good luck to them.
Congratulations to them. Right here, big pressure from John Brown. Paul Sullivan, who's worked on many of our boxing shows.
And here you see Brown, he's just out hustling Negron.
Landing the left again. Negron is hurt. Negron has very shaky legs here. Good right hand hurts Negron. He is wilting on the rope. Big left hand. Rivera stepping in for a standing 8 count. Juan Negron gets a standing 8 count.
5, 6, 7, 8. Walk over here.
Negron trying to get back.
Sam, I would have to say this is a major upset.
Oh, definitely.
And we have seen Negron sparkle in fights. Punching power, just about everything else.
John Brown just walking right through Juan Negron.
He's out hustled him from the opening bell.
I think one big punch sends Negron down right here, Gil. His legs are very rubbery. Negron trying to fight back. Not landing.
Finally trying to fight back.
Landed that uppercut on the inside. But Brown not bothered at all by Negron's punches. Good left hook by John Brown. The uppercut scores. Straight left hand scores. It's all John Brown here. Another 2 left hooks scoring.
Solid left hook, Sam. What's keeping Negron up? That's what I'd like to know.
I think one thing that's keeping him in this fight may be his world ranking, that he's getting a little extra time, I think. That's my feeling, Gil. Because I think other fights might have been stopped.
Well, it looked like Louis Rivera could have stepped in there when he's got hit with that second left hook.
Negron hanging on. Another big round for John Brown. Surprising turn of events here as unbeaten John Brown, unheralded John Brown, comes in from the Paramount, and right now is on the verge of scoring a major upset.
And Sam, looking at him in the corner, he doesn't seem to be too tired. He's put out a lot of energy, but he seems to be fine in the corner. Smart little fighter.
Hands up nice, baby.
Just seems to have Negron's number, and Negron just has never been in the fight.
Let's take a look at what led to the standing 8 count. There's Brown working inside.
And you can see that big tall guy. We mentioned the short guy may have the advantage. Now watch him reach up here and hit him with that left hook. There it is. He's coming from inside. Once these little guys get inside, they have the advantage. Let's take another look. And you can see Negron trying to punch and Brown covering up. Here comes Brown again. Left hook again, right on the button.
This is round 6, scheduled for 10. Negron was down in the 4th round, took a standing 8 count in the 6th round. Excuse me, this is round 7. Scheduled for 10. What's your scorecard look like now?
I have Brown 5 points ahead, Sam.
Me too. And Negron, from this point on, he needs something big to happen.
Sam, if I was in his corner, just about the only chance he has in the fight, I'd tell him to go out and start throwing left hooks to the body, and perhaps that would open up that right hand on the chin. But he can't wait for Brown because Brown is just a little too quick, out hustles him, gets off first. There you can see Brown step in quickly. Stepped in again.
Now Brown on the move, trying to stay away from Negron. Almost sensing what Negron's strategy will be, and now tying up Negron. Brown's gotten a couple of warnings for holding and could be in danger of losing a point if he...
You know, I really haven't seen that much holding, Sam. He's a pretty cute fighter inside there. He looked like he'll block punches, and when you least expect it, he'll flurry out and nail you with 3 or 4 good ones himself. But I really haven't seen any flagrant holding in the fight.
There's that left hook by Brown.
Steps right in, Sam. He just doesn't wait for Negron. Negron is like he's sleepwalking.
And Negron is not throwing punches. nothing happening for Negron. Tries to flurry on the inside. Brown not giving him any room.
You can see Brown in there. He's really not holding Sanders.
No. Brown not doing much here, too. Looks almost as if he's taking a rest.
Well, he doesn't have to do too much right now, Sam. He just has to be there at the end of the fight when they ring the bell. The end of the 10th round. Here he is again.
Left hook. Why has that left hook been so open?
Well, again, we have the shorter guy with the tall guy, and that tall guy sticks his head up every once in a while, and every time he does, he gets nailed with that left hook.
Come on, let it go, let it go.
You know, we tell fighters never to step straight back out of a clinch, and it's just about what Negron is doing.
Time winding down in round 7. We'll be right back.
If you're
Round 8 scheduled for 10. Juan Negron in the black trunks, John Brown in the gold.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Negron finished the round full of fire after the bell. Let's see if that fire has been put out or if he still has that fire.
John Brown has been extremely effective on the inside with his uppercuts, with the left hooks, and with the body punches. First fight in New York for John Brown. He hasn't been awed by the surroundings at all.
There he goes, taking the lead again.
He's on the borderline with that left. Juan Negron in his first scheduled 10-rounder has been unsure of himself, tentative from the outset, and beaten to the punch repeatedly by John Brown. Good left hook rocks Negron. He stays on his feet, but he's hurt. And Rivera steps in, another standing 8 count. Negron has been down once and taken 2 standing 8 counts.
Well, he just doesn't have any answers for John Brown.
And I will say this, that's why the standing 8 count is in effect, and it's been used well by referee Rivera.
I thought Louis Rivera did a perfect job. He stepped in exactly at the right time. The idea of the standing 8 count is to keep a guy from taking punishment when he just doesn't know where he is, and I don't think Negron knew where he was.
Negron may be out of here very
soon. This fight's just about over, Sam. Louis can stop at any time he
Good
wants.
left hook by Brown.
What's Rivera waiting for now? Again, you mentioned that high ranking. He may have a little too much respect for Negron. He may think he's doing him a favor, but he certainly isn't.
Negron is hurt. Those left hooks landing. Brown looking for an opening. Negron just does not look like the fighter we have seen before.
And anytime Brown wants it, he can jump in with that left hook. Lands it every single time. There it is again.
Negron is hurt. And he looks very, very dejected mentally. It looks as if Brown has taken the fight right out of him mentally. All Brown. Got the uppercut in there. Negron survives the round. And another big one for John Brown, as this has become a one-sided fight, Gil.
Completely one-sided. There's no way that Negron can win this fight now unless he scores a knockout. And that's not very likely the way his legs looked in the last round.
Brown has never been beyond 8 rounds, but he's set.
Bring it on now, kid.
Come on.
We got to stop pulling out. We got 2 hands, too. We got to let them both go. What I'm saying here. Here, give me that. We got both hands. Look at him. Both hands. We got 2 hands. Let them both go. Don't lay on him. Don't lay on him. All right? We got to work. Right, left. Step around him. move. You gotta bring it. Take it.
He looks like he's out of it to me, Gil.
Looks that way to me too. He's not responding to Johnny Pearsall at all. You know that happens to fighters sometimes. They get that vacant stare, and you can they're shaking their head. Yes, yes, yes. They're not hearing a word that you say. And you know there's different ways that you get fighters' attention, Sam, when they get in that state, which I'm not going to mention on the air.
Round 9. First time either man has been this far. Right now on our scorecards, a wide margin for John Brown. 8-point lead, Gil, on your card?
Just about that, Sam, yes. I'm not good in arithmetic, but it's about 8 points.
I'll add up your card later. John Brown, 8-0, coming in, and he has taken this fight, made it a one-sided fight against the highly ranked Juan Negron.
And Johnny Pearsall did tell Negron the right thing. He said, don't wait, because every time Negron stands there and wait, this kid leaps in and nails him with a good solid punch. There it is again.
Negron has not landed a clean punch
in the entire fight. And his best punch was always that quick, straight right hand.
Has been able to slip. He's been able to get inside.
And to Negron's credit, I mean, he looked in such bad shape in the last round, but he's carrying the fight to Brown. But again, Brown can just about hit him with anything he wants to hit him with.
A couple of stiff left jabs stopping Negron in his tracks. Again. Now, why haven't they done anything to correct that, Gil? Is there any way to?
That has to be corrected in the gym, Sam. I mean, you teach your guy when you snap a jab, you tip your hat with your right hand so you don't get hit with those left hooks. But what Brown is doing, he's waiting for Negron with the jab, drops his right hand a little bit, and he nails him with that left hook. There's probably the best punch that Negron threw all night. The left hook to the body.
What do you mean by tip your hat with your right hand?
Well, you make believe you have a hat like you're tipping your hat. The natural move, Sam, when you throw a left hand is to reach down with your right hand. So you have to train a fighter to move his right hand up when he jabs.
So I have to grab a slice of bread and tip my hat at the same time.
You got it. That's it, okay. Sam. Now you got it. Now you're ready for your first fight.
As long as it's not against you.
You know, one time I had Stan Isaacs fight Larry Merchant. That was a great fight. I mean, I could probably get either one of those guys for you.
No. Don't do it.
Half a minute to go in round 9. And right now, for John Brown, all he has to do is survive. The remaining seconds of this one in the 10th round, he's got himself the upset victory. Round 9.
This week on our...
Get on board the train to Six Flags. I'm Red Steagall. On September 19th and 20th and 26th and 27th, we're turning Six Flags into an old-time crafts village. Over 200 of my friends will be demonstrating pioneer skills and creating one-of-a-kind gifts. We'll have down-home entertainment.
10th and final round of what has become a one-sided fight for the man in the gold trunks, John Brown. He scored a knockdown in the 4th round and forced Negron to take a standing 8 count in the 6th and again in the 8th. I've got Brown by 9 points.
Well, again, I'm just about the same, Sam.
Okay.
There's no way he can lose the fight unless he gets knocked cold. And that's not going to happen. Very seldom I go that far out on a limb, but that's not going to happen.
Come on, let it go.
This kid he's just too much. Every time he gets inside, he moves those little pistons. He's got 4 arms, and he scores.
He's had a smart fight plan from the outset, has used it effectively. And here he's willing to stay inside and continue that fight plan. He isn't running. Mostly because Negron hasn't been able to land many punches on him. He's been able to slip and make Negron miss repeatedly. Ducking his head a couple of times here. Good right hand.
And he wobbled Negron again. Negron has been wobbled again.
Some big punches, and both hands have been big. Here's Negron staggering around the ring, trying to get his legs underneath him.
All right, break. Come on, let's go.
Negron still shaky. Brown just looking to supporters at ringside and shaking his head.
Well, you know, the public, they'd love to see a knockout, but why? I mean, this kid has won the fight. He doesn't need a knockout. But some people just like to see some of the brutality.
Negron almost fell on his own.
Negron really doesn't have a leg left under him. The fight's all gone out of
All
him.
right, break. No wrestling.
I'll have to do a reconditioning job on El Flaco. As they say, back to the drawing board.
That's right. Go back to school. A loss at this stage for Negron, who's 21, is far from devastating, but he needs to correct some of the flaws that have surfaced here tonight.
That's why, Sam, it's the way he was defeated. Overwhelmed.
Right hand again by John Brown. And the left hook as we come to the bell. And Negron lands one last punch after the bell, but you can see the jubilation of John Brown as he has staged a stunning upset.
My friends, these two young men really win. Come on, do it one more time.
Both undefeated coming in, but John Brown, who has not fought since January, after having some managerial problems, comes in and apparently is defeated. We'll wait for the official announcement, but this one-sided fight belonging to John Brown and the number 5 junior lightweight in the world in the WBA rankings is about to go down to his first defeat.
Let's take a look here. You see Brown being very elusive, slipping punches, and there's that right hand, and you can just see took all the fight out of El Flaco. And there's a left hook behind it. How he stood up under that punishment, Sam, I just couldn't tell you.
Negron did take some big punches from Brown. He was down in round 4, took a standing 8 count in round 6, and again in round 8. Cards have been collected. Here comes the official announcement from Ed Darien.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scoring by points as follows. Judge Steve Weisfeld observed 97-88, while Judge Nick Cimino, he watched it at 98-89. And Judge Harold Letterman, he scored 98-88 for the winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, John the Eastern Beast Brown.
John Brown, in his first appearance at Madison Square Garden, his first fight in New York, remains undefeated and comes up with the upset and receives the acknowledgement and a good show of sportsmanship from Juan Negron.
Goes to show you, Sam, fighters, they're always saying what a brutal sport it is, but invariably, no matter how tough a fight is, when the fight's over, the first thing they do is shake hands. This went a little further. He lifted him up to acknowledge the fact that Brown was the better man tonight.
Fine performance by John Brown as he defeats number 5 ranked Juan Negron with a one-sided unanimous decision. We'll be right back with more Fight Night action.